Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. This is the English translation of the Majlis of Hazrathmaulana Mohammadqamaruzzaman Sahab Damat Barakatuhum, which took place on Wednesday night, the 17th of Ramadan, 1445, the English date, 27th of March 2024. The Majlis was after the Isha Salat at Jamia Nurul Ulum, Ghataman, Palanpur, North Gujarat, India. Hazratwala starts off this majlis by quoting the ayat of the Quran Majid, Inna a'tayna kal kawthar, fasalli li rabbika wanhar, inna shani'aka huwal abtar. Hazratwala is saying that the silsila and this pattern, this tartib, this program has been continuing. However, my health is not what it used to be. This kitab that I have in front of me, Hazrat Haji Imdadullah comes about and he says, Ashraf Ali, translate this kitab, it will be of great benefit to the people. Hazrat Anwi says, I went there with the express intention of taking benefit from my sheikh, and then here this comes about. It was the hukam of my sheikh and I accepted it. Hazrat Wala is saying that to take the subject matter and pass it on from one language to another needs great expertise. Hazrat Haji Imdadullah just did not tell anybody, but he selected Hazrat Tanvi because he knew he had the capacity of doing this. When I go to the madrasas, I pass on the same message that we need to empower our students and see that how can they take the ulum and pass it on in another language to the people. Now the tarjuma is also of an absolute level. The greatest adib and man of language in Darul Uloom Deoband at that time said, when he looked at the tarjuma, he said that it is only Ashraf Ali that could have carried out a tarjuma of this nature. The original kitab is that of Sheikh Ibn Ataullah Iskandari. Speaking on that, Hazrat Wala is saying a very senior alim came to Allahabad and he looked at some tarjuma of mine due to which he said, your tarjuma is not right. Nevertheless, he went away and thereafter he wrote a letter, then not to me, but to Hazrathmaulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab, saying that Qamaruzzaman's tarjuma was correct. It was right. So tarjuma also is something very, very important and which needs to be done correctly. Allah Ta'ala give us the tawfiq and the hidayat of carrying out the correct tarjumani, passing it, the ulum, the knowledge, the deen, echoing it in the correct way which was brought to us and said to us by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So tarjumani, passing it over, saying what the original source had said, that is also important, and translating also is important. Hazrathmaulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab used to go on and used to say that what did I say now? What did I actually mean? And he wanted to see if from his audience, he used to ask the senior ulama there, trying to see if they could capture or did they actually understand what was he trying to drive. Allah Ta'ala give us affinity with knowledge, ilm. I am reading this kitab to others also for some many long years. But there's so much of ulum in it, it just doesn't seem to be coming to an end. We also need to keep in our minds the ulum of our buzrugs. The original kitab, the Arabic, when we sent people out to go and look for it in the bazaars and in the marketplace, it was found at about 2 a.m. in Makkah Mukarramah. Allah Ta'ala give us the tawfiq and the hidayat of reading it, understanding it, and making amal on it. On one occasion, there was some type of an incident where a non-Muslim may have said something, or his body language was this or that or the other, and that also just not even a Muslim, a non-Muslim, regarding the eating of pan. It was after that occasion that Hazrathmaulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab, when we're talking about sada pan, just an ordinary simple plain pan, he never ever ate pan after that day ever again. Just because of that, he realized that it brought about some type of inconvenience to the next person. So, not to cause inconvenience and harm to any person in any way. This is what Hazrat Haji Imdadullah, Hazrat Taraweeh, this is what they emphasized on. Al-Muslimu man salima al-Muslimuna min lisanihi wa yadihi. The genuine Muslim is the one whom other Muslims are safe from the harm of his tongue and his hands. Now people used to say that Hazrathmaulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab was very, very hard or maybe harsh. But ask me, I stayed with him, what type of a person he was. Here we're speaking about the importance of good character. Husnul khulq ma'a kulli mu'amalatuka ma'a kulli ahadin ma yasurruhu husnul khulq ma'a kulli ahadin. To have good character with every person. In fact, that is the foundation of suluk and tasawwuf, that is akhlaq. At-tasawwuf huwa al-akhlaq. If you want to know what tasawwuf is, in one word I'll say it to you. It is nothing other than that of good character. Hazrathmaulana Qasim Sahab, the Bani of Darul Uloom Deoband, director, was walking on one occasion and somebody is screaming from the back, Mauli Sahab, Mauli Sahab. Eventually when he catches up and he says, Maulana, I'm calling you for such a long time, can't you even hear me? Hazrathmaulana Qasim Sahab went on to say, but weren't you calling some Mauli Sahab? I am not a Mauli Sahab, I don't even understand myself to be a Mauli Sahab. La darara wa la dirara fil Islam. In Islam, do not allow harm to come to you. Do not harm yourself and do not harm others. Now in akhlaq, we have to be soft, kind, loving, compassionate, so that others can gain closeness to us. It is only then that people will start becoming close to us. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam came from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to us with this akhlaq and this character, and we actually need to adopt and bring into our lives this character. Now here in the kitab, it is speaking about a person who is about to leave his house. What's the etiquettes of such a person? He should actually make and fasten his intention and hopes with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala before leaving home. And what is this that he is doing with Allah? His niyat is actually that of forgiving anybody who wrongs him, who brings grief and sorrow to him. For when he leaves his house and he goes into the marketplace, it is actually a place of exchange of words and quarreling, etc. It is for that reason Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had taught us that aya'jizu ahadukum ayyakuna ka'abi damdam. Tell me, are you people helpless? Can you not become like Abu Damdam? He was that individual and person, إِذَا خَرَجَ مِن بَيْتِهِ, when he would leave his house, he would say, Allahumma inni tasaddaqtu bi'irdi ala al-muslimin. Oh Allah, I'm leaving my house now. I know what lies outside there, but I have given sadaqah of my honor to the Muslims. Therefore, فَمَنْ سَبَّهُ أَوْ شَتَمَهُ لَا يَرُدُّ عَلَيْهِ شَيْئًا. He would, if anybody was vulgar to him, swore at him, or this or that or the other, he would never retaliate or take revenge in any way whatsoever. Now this is the kitab. This is the kitab that Hazrat Haji Sahib said, Ashraf Ali, translate it. It will be of great benefit to the people. See what is being mentioned here. Another point that a person who's leaving his home should do and say is this about, it is suitable, appropriate for him that he makes wudu and performs salat before leaving. Hazrathwala is saying, I seen myself, the Buzrugan-e-Deen, carrying out this. They would make wudu, they would perform salat, they would ask, here the author is saying, and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for peace. في مخرجه ذلك, in his going out at that time. فإنه لا يدري ماذا يقضى عليه, because he does not know what taqdeer lies out there for him. You know, people, what can we say? What can we say about what lies there out there? People say that what will happen? Kya hoga? What is going to happen? And are we not taught about the importance of the Ayatul Kursi at night before going to bed and at other times? Hazrathmaulana Abraul Haq Sahib used to make talqeen and instruct us much about these things, the Ayatul Kursi, the Quls, etc. Many people had just walked into their houses and then say to their spouses and their wives that, listen, get some tea ready for me and some snacks or nashta or a meal. The wife hardly comes back, or she returns to him with that and realizes that the husband's soul had already left. आने वाली किससे ताली जाएगी, जान tehri, जाने वाली जाएगी. This inevitable thing which is coming can be averted by who? Can be discarded and driven away by who? By no one whatsoever. No person can ever do that. The heart stops beating and the soul then leaves. So we have to understand that this dunya is fani. This dunya is temporary. It is going to come to an end. We are going to come to an end. This is what we need to understand. Also, so a person, when he is leaving the house and going into the markets, he is like the person who is leaving to go into the battlefield. It is appropriate for him to wear an armor. He is supposed to clad himself with putting his trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and to wear such type of an armor that will protect him from the arrows of the enemies. وَمَن يَعْتَصِم بِاللَّهِ فَقَدْ هُدِيَ إِلَىٰ صِرَاطٍ مُسْتَقِيمٍ. The one who puts his trust, his tawakkul in Allah, then Allah guides him to the right path. وَمَن يَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ فَهُوَ حَسْبُهُ. The one who puts his trust in Allah, Allah suffices that person. Now it is suitable that when the person leaves his house, he hands over in the trust of Allah his family and his home and whatever there is there, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is more deserving and most definitely will look after whatever we hand over to him. He should think about the ayat of the Quran, فَاللَّهُ خَيْرٌ حَافِظًا. Allah is the best of protectors, وَهُوَ أَرْحَمُ الرَّاحِمِينَ, and He is the most merciful of all those who show mercy. Hazratwala thereafter quotes an incident of a person who left his home and he handed over what was in the womb of his wife. And in short, just to pass it over to you there, when he came back, he realized that his child was there, the wife gave birth, but the wife had passed away. If only he handed over the wife as a trust to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he would have found her. Now, there are 4 types of adab for a person. That he should keep in front of him. One is mujanabatul zalama, that he should stay away from evil people and oppressors. Number 1. Number 2, wa itharu ahlil akhirah, and he should give preference to saintly people, the buzrugane deen, ahlil akhirah, the people who actually love for the akhirah. Wa muwasat the wilfaqa, and he should have sympathy for those who are in poverty, and he should be very, very particular with his 5 daily salat in jama'ah, in congregation. Let us make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses us with the fuyuz and the barakat of Ramadan. And let us make sure about this, that we do not harm, rather not even inconvenience any person in any way, because that would truly destroy our akhirat. What can I tell you, people who are sitting here in front of me? It is because of your barakat that I am speaking and I am carrying on. You people make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses me with external health and internal health as well. Zahiri sihat or batini sihat bi. Rabbana taqabbal minna innaka anta as-sami'ul alim wa tub alayna innaka anta at-tawwabur rahim bi hurmati sayyidin nabiyil kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.